भाई रिमोट वर्किंग यार तेरे तो मजे है, वर्क फ्रॉम होम। फ्रीलांसिंग करता है यार तेरे तो मजे है यार, बॉस ही नहीं है तुझे तो। लेट मी टेल यू, आई कीप ऑन हियरिंग ऑल दीज थिंग्स अगेन एंड अगेन, एंड then I feel that okay, I just accept the way how they are reacting it. But the thing is, if you ask me, remote working is not for everyone. Not everyone can handle that. While I am still grateful for all the perks and good things that remote working brings, but the thing is, there are a few challenges that nobody is talking about. So I have categorized the remote working challenges into three subcategories. So first subcategory is easily fixable by employees. Second category cannot be fixed at all, and third category can be fixed by the organization or the company that you are working for. So let's see one by one. First challenge that I see people working in remote work environment is the lack of productivity. So I have seen people in two extreme pools. So first category of people, they are always overworking. They are feeling that overworking because they keep on procrastinating things. So let's say they log in the morning, then they feel okay, I'm doing this task and let's do this in the afternoon they will do a bit of it, and then they say okay, I have lots of time, let's do this in evening, and then again in the evening they procrastinate to night, and in this way they are just full of work. They feel that they are doing lots of work, but the productivity is almost zero. And on the second hand, there are some people who just do the bare minimum work. They treat work from home as a vacation. I have seen this mostly in MNCs and large companies. So these people keep on moving their mouse, or they will just give their updates and move out. So these are the issues that they are creating for the company as well as for themselves, because they are just showing that they are productive, but in the end the productivity or the outcome is negligible or zero. So what is the solution for this? Plan your day in advance, have some dedicated tasks that you want to do in the whole day, and stop being aimless in the morning when you log in. So that's the best solution that you can have to avoid the procrastination or to even avoid the unproductiveness that you face. The second big challenge is distractions, and if you are an Indian, I am very sure that you are able to relate this. So let's say you are working and suddenly some guests appear at your home, or your mother just asks for some tea or something random, or maybe some drilling work starts happening in your neighborhood. So all these things come as a distraction and you are unable to focus on your work. And that's the reason most of the people, even in the hybrid mode of work, they prefer going to office rather than staying at home, because they know these are the distractions that they need to overcome. Now I understand that not everyone is privileged enough to have a good distraction free work setup at home, but the solution can be, first of all, have a dedicated place or room at your home for your work setup. If the distractions are occasional and they are not happening too frequently, then you can consider going to some cafe and work there nearby. You don't even need to purchase anything. Most of the cafes are empty in the afternoons, and you can just work, chill, have some fun over there, even get opportunities to meet some new people over there. And if you don't have any privilege of having a good setup at home and the distractions are very regular, I would recommend to search for a co-working space nearby. There are many co-working spaces like WeWork, Springboard 991, something like that. So all those companies are having nice office setups. You just need to rent them. You will get a desk and all the amenities that you require for working peacefully. The third big challenge that I keep on hearing from people who are working remotely or working from home is that they don't have any work-life balance. Now, the fix is really easy. Just have dedicated time slot for your work. Don't work beyond that, don't work before that. Have a schedule in your day, because when you don't have a schedule, you suddenly realize that it's 10 p.m. in the night and you are still replying to some email because you never structured your day as you wished. So never ever think that you have abundant time in the day. Just stick to your schedule, work in those limited dedicated hours for your office, and then log off. Don't look into your work apps or software that you are using. And I would recommend to have dedicated devices for your work so that it won't remind you of work when you are doing something else after the office as well. The next challenge that comes is social isolation. And I keep on hearing this question a lot. Many people keep on asking me that how do you make friends when you are not visiting some office? Then I just feel that if you consider your office buddies as your friends, then I think you have the problem. Call them colleagues or workmates, not your friends, because most of them don't even vibe with you. These friendships don't generally last forever because they are very transactional in nature. If you formed some good friends at your office and they are still in touch after you left your previous office, that's great. Then you have built a proper network. But you don't need to go to an office to build a network. Such networks can be built a lot outside office. Connect to similar minded people. That can be online, or that can be via joining some communities, or that can be joining attending some offline events or meetups. There are several different ways to connect like minded people who match to your interest, your hobbies, and not just a company. So it's always good to build a network that way. And if you want to know about this network building thing via communities, I have created a dedicated video for this. Feel free to check it out after this video. Next, communication issue. This is the biggest challenge that I see people facing when they are working remotely for the first time. So first of all, this is not completely dependent on you. Of course, a slight part is on you. For example, some people prefer chat, or some people prefer calls, or some people just like to meet and solve problems. So see what your personality is. Organizations or companies need to understand that they need to encourage a synchronous way of working. So what exactly it means, let me explain you in very short. So let's say someone messages you on your messaging tool. You don't need to reply immediately while you are working on something, because there are possibilities that you are working deeply on something and that message, just the urge to reply to that message just distracted you. So that drops your productivity. Or there are some endless Zoom meetings going on without any agenda, without any specific direction. So that Zoom fatigue is a real term. So that is also annoying. Then people need to write long chats to just explain some specific things, which they anyway do a lot of times. So all such things need to be avoided. So first of all, organizations need to have very strong SOPs and internal documentations that anyone can refer at any time. So everyone who joins in the team, they can just refer to those documents or resources, and they are good to start. So historically, whatever problems are being faced by individuals in an organization, they need to be documented somewhere. And secondly, the calls need to be scheduled, and they should have a fixed agenda and some action items. So it's really important to not get distracted during a call and have some real solutions if you have problems. So this needs to be fixed on organization level. And if you feel that you need to just chill, have some dedicated time for that as well. You can just connect over with your colleagues and have some random chats. That's also fine. But I'm specifically talking about the communication issues that people face when they are working, because there are some blockers and they have no idea what exactly to do next. And that brings me to the next point, that is lack of support. So many people who are new to the team, they might feel that they are not getting enough support from the company, and this needs to be addressed on the organization level again. Remote workers are most vulnerable to emotional collapse, misunderstandings, or even overthinking. All those issues are faced by remote workers often because the feedback that they receive is often insufficient, or they feel that they are not getting real feedback as such. So in such cases, it's always good for the company to arrange feedback, interactive sessions. Then they can arrange for random chit chat. Companies can even organize for some training sessions. So all these things will help people to connect within themselves. And most importantly, companies should take care that their team is without any politics. Now, I feel that this is possible for small and mid-sized teams, but when it comes to large companies, large teams, I feel it's slightly difficult to keep things without any politics. So I don't know how big companies can resolve this, but definitely startups and mid-sized companies can definitely solve these issues. The next challenge is that many people feel very isolated while working alone. And now this is something that cannot be fixed, unfortunately, because this is very personal. Let's say you are an extrovert who wants hustle and bustle around you, people around you. You cannot work alone. You feel lonely when you are doing something alone. While there are some introverts who prefer working alone, they get their energy and productivity when they are working alone. So see what your personality type is. Just because remote working is cool or many people are making it look cool, it's not. So make sure that you check your personality and then take a decision to work remotely or not. In fact, some profiles need to work in isolation, maybe content writers, designers, all those people who have some specific creative ideas that they need to work upon. So they need to research and all those things. So those profiles need to be worked in isolation. And there are some profiles which need teamwork, maybe brainstorming or management of team or discussing things with team members. So that also comes in the management part. So there are different profiles, right? So all the profiles are different. So see what exactly suits to your personality and then take the decision. The next remote working challenge that cannot be fixed is about discipline. Now, don't get me wrong, but if you get sudden urge to suddenly watch a Netflix series that just got released right when you are working and you have no control over it, then you need to work from an office. Or if you cannot plan your day and if you need someone over you to tell you what exactly you need to do in your day, then I think remote working is not for you. Remote working takes a lot of discipline and patience. Now, why do I feel that this cannot be fixed? Because this is a part of your nature and nature cannot be fixed so immediately. Of course, your temporary motivation can work, or you might just work for a few days, but again, that's not predictable, right? That's not sustainable, and nothing right or wrong in that. It's just that if you need someone to get inspired from, it's better that you work with a team in a physical office. Before moving to the solutions, let me give you a quick update that I am running a free email course on building side projects. So if you want to build a side project while you are still in your full-time job or business or any full-time profession that you are doing, if you want to build a side project apart from that in your free time, then you must check it out. This is completely free and we will meet for 10 days via emails. It's full of action items which you will love. Assignments that I'm going to provide you, you will absolutely love solving them, and in the end of the 10 days you will be having an amazing idea with some action items to build your own side project. So feel free to check out in the description and I will see you in the inbox. So enough of the remote working challenges. Now let's discuss about two big solutions that you can apply while searching a job. First of all, just evaluate your personality. Know whether you are an introvert or extrovert. Know whether you like to work with a team at some physical office with collaborative environment, or you like to work in isolation with your own productivity and you just want to figure out your shit all by yourself. So just see what kind of personality you have and then take a decision whether you should work for a remote role or not. This second point is more important. So just check out the company, research about it, what kind of team you will be working with, what kind of support they have for remote workers. Do they have an equipment policy for remote workers? How many hours they are expecting from you, how your day will look like. All those things need to be discussed before you even join the company. So make sure that you discuss all these things while you are appearing for the interview or whatever. Whenever you get chance, just discuss with the hiring community, or maybe you can just talk to the existing employees as well as ex-employees of the company, so that you know the best how the company is working with their remote setup. So I hope this video was helpful for you, and if you feel that I have missed something, so just comment down and I will try to address that as well. And if you are already working in a remote setup, just let me know how you overcame these challenges, and if you are still facing any issues, just let me know. I will try to address them as well. So see you in the next one. Till then, take care and goodbye.